Tim Smith of the Smith Group here with Jason Wright, one of my newer agents. One of the great things about our team, we're attracting the best talent, and I just gotta say, pound for pound, this guy can take any lead as a buyer, close them in a good way, and it's not just about closing, finding the match of the perfect house.
Right.
But the thing that's like most extraordinary is we're really aligned with sellers, right? You have a construction background, you know how to get a house ready, you're all about the digital marketing, you're all about our path, so it was really awesome that we got connected. But today, the thing I want to talk about, because everybody's out here watching and demand has become very low. They're saying it's as low as 2007, but inventory today just dropped under 3,500 total homes in Orange County available. That's shocking. Tug of war, low inventory, low demand. I want to talk about your case study because right now, buying is scary for people. And I look at it and you look at, like, if everybody's thinking the same, nobody's thinking.
Right.
Money's made at the height of pessimism. In January, February, people were telling me, oh, I just wish the market would get a little reprieve so that I could compete. Like, I can't get my offer accepted in all these houses. So now we fast forward 6 months and they're like, nah, I don't want to. But you're like, now's the chance. So the reason we want to talk about this, because I think it's so important for people to hear, you were living before where?
So I live in Rancho Mission Viejo, currently still. We're in escrow, but we are buying a new home.
So you're buying a home. We talked about this and we had some conversations. And what was interesting is, you know, my advisement was whatever feels right to you.
Right.
But you were looking for a bigger home for your family.
Right.
You saw the market come back a little bit, which provided opportunity. And the opportunity, I think, that's interesting is you could lock up a house that you really wanted at a price that's still peak pricing, maybe a little bit of a discount because you can add value to it. But you knew that if you could lock this up and you could sell your house and get it, you'd do it. So we'll come back to that. But the thing that's like most interesting is like when I'm talking to people right now and they're asking me to buy, or they're asking what I think and I'm telling them this, I think back my last 2 houses, I paid list price for a couple of reasons. Number one, I didn't want to spend 9 months wasting a bunch of time because time is my most valuable asset. I saw the house, I moved on it. So tell me more about your discussions with your wife and this path to this new house.
Right. So I think that we've always had a desire to move. You know, we've outgrown the house. I have 2 small young children. You know, I've always wanted extra square footage. So, you know, hey, our 2-year anniversary date in our house is December 15th. So we weren't really in the market, but we kind of walked into a house that we felt really good about, and I felt very opportunistic about, you know, the opportunities it presented down the road and the square footage it had, and we just fell in love with the house.
So a lot of people would say, this is the wrong time to buy. If you wait till January, you could get a better deal, right?
Yeah.
But when we're talking about less than 3,500 homes, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Maybe you don't get that home. So that's really something to consider. But you went in there, you thought about it, and tell me when you think economically, because a lot of people are stuck, like we're stuck. They're in low rate, you know, under 3% fixed rate mortgages. They'd love to move up, but in order to do that, they're gonna have to increase their price dramatically, increase their down payment dramatically, increase their loan dramatically, and then double the interest rate. There had to have been some indigestion there.
Oh, for sure. I think that for me, I just took it back to what does that opportunity look like? We wanted the extra square footage in the house for sure. We wanted that. We saw the yard. We saw our family living there over the next 7 to 10 years. I saw my girls growing up in the neighborhood. And as you said, your time is valuable. So time lost by waiting for a market that might be more opportunistic, that just doesn't pencil in. What does is the mathematics and the economics of the deal.
And you said the 7 to 10 years, because what I ask buyers right now, like, I want a better deal. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? Sell it? You don't realize a gain or a loss till you sell it. If you're looking 10 years, does it really matter?
No, and the thing is with, you know, let's go do the interest rate. Yeah, so I'm one of these people that's in a 3% rate right now. And I love my mortgage payment because it's in a 3% rate. I'm trading that mortgage payment in for triple that. Right?
Triple.
So I'm gonna triple my mortgage by making this move. But I see the opportunity. I'm gonna be in this house for 7 to 10 years. I'm gonna raise my girls there. And this interest rate thing, it's a temporary thing. So I'm gonna have the opportunity 12, 18 months down the road, however long it takes, to refinance this house and get that mortgage payment where I want it to be. Is the pain, there's pain. So I'm tripling my mortgage payment, right?
I can see it.
But I ran the numbers on it, right? And it makes sense for me because number one, I can afford the payment. Do I have to work harder? Yes, but I can afford the payment.
But you have a whole new farm from an agent standpoint. You are stepping up to a new neighborhood, which
Right.
means a lot of opportunities. So that gets back to you're betting on you.
Definitely.
Is your wife nervous?
I don't think so. I mean, I think she believes in me.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. And the reason I say it's nervous because when I ask my wife, I'm like, okay, things have slowed down. This may mean that I'm going to be working more. So it's like that question, a little bit more support. Not that we want to be away from our kids, because all of our kids' events means prospecting it's always opportunity, right?
And to talk about the nerves. I mean, look, everything. If you're not a little nervous about something you're doing, you gotta kind of have that edge to push you to do what you want to do. So
Mitigated
to me,
risk.
Yeah.
If you got to feel like that balance between fear and excitement.
Yeah.
And I would say that to everybody, fear and excitement, because you're betting on you. Let's go back to your house, because in order for you to buy this house, and there's a couple of things. Are you closing after December 15th so you can?
So we're gonna close on the 2-year mark on the
Okay,
day.
perfect.
So we're gonna do a close. So part of this deal was I had to sell my house too. And I had to sell my house, and they gave me 3 weekends to do it.
And I'm sure you took a huge discount in this market that everybody tells me the prices are going down.
So interestingly enough, if we had sold the house next year, there was a price I wanted, I wasn't really going to go to market for less than what I wanted for the house. Now, we have a nice house. We bought the Plan 3 model in the neighborhood we live in, so we bought a model home. We continued to upgrade it after we bought it. And we have very nice, I would say, design finishes in it. So it's show perfect.
But everybody's waiting to hear, did you sell it lower? Like everybody's like, prices are coming down. How did you stack up relative to the neighborhood?
So we put the house on the market. We sold it in 2 days.
In 2 days?
So it sold in 2 days. It showed very well, both digitally and in person. We got our offer. We sold it in 2 days. And I can't disclose the price yet, but I will tell you that we did sell for the highest price Plan 3 in the history of our neighborhood.
Model match record. So that's the facts. Like, I know everybody wants prices to come down. You buyers that want only to write offers at 50% below market, we're not in that market. We don't anticipate we'll be there. So any other thoughts about this process?
For me, it just comes down to, look, it's your primary residence, so there's a little bit of emotional attachment to the house. You have to have a strategy. My strategy was to go through, I looked at a house that I fell in love with. I needed to sell my house. I needed to come up with the right strategy to do that, to complete this transaction. But more importantly, it just comes down to the mathematics. Am I worried about tripling my mortgage payment for the next 12 months when I'm gonna be in the home for 7 to 10 years? No, because I see the value in where I bought this house at. You go back to what you just said. 7 months ago, I would have been standing in line to get in this house, and I would have been up against 15 offers, and if I wasn't at 7 or 10% over asking price,
and you never would have got you would have never got a contingent offer.
Never would have had the chance to sell my house after making that offer. So there's the opportunity. There's opportunities in this market if you have the right strategy, and that's what it comes down to.
One of the things he said, everybody's looking for the ROI, right? Buying primary residence is an ROL, return on lifestyle.
For
and
sure.
That's what I think people need to focus on, because I am an investor and I really do care about the numbers, but when you're talking about a family, you're talking about return on lifestyle and memories. So I think that's the important thing. So everybody know out here, this is Jason Wright. He's my South County agent. Pound for pound, the best agent we have. If you're living in San Clemente, Talega, Rancho Santa Margarita, he is our guy, buying or selling. He knows how to get a house ready. He understands the marketing process that we do of really setting a standard with the content we create, but really getting a national outreach, because we're still seeing over 50% of the buyers that are coming in all of our markets are from out of Orange County.
52%.
52%.
52% last year.
So this is our guy, Jason Wright, Smith Group. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.